What was it like for you to be inside the chamber during this speech?
Well, I think it was an extremely powerful moment in our history. Benjamin Netanyahu coming here for the fourth time to address a joint session of Congress in the aftermath of the terrorist attack of October 7th, and powerfully and pointedly reestablishing and reaffirming the relationship between the United States and Israel, and calling out, as you just played, the useful idiots who have been promoting the Hamas talking points, who have been protesting and are on the wrong side of history here. Number one, Hamas is a terrorist organization. And the fact that you had Americans yesterday taking down the American flag, burning it, and raising the Palestinian flag, some of these protesters holding Hamas flags, spray painting Hamas on monuments in Washington, D.C. It's disgraceful. And I think the prime minister made clear that this fight, Israel's fight, is our fight. Israel's victory will be our victory, and how important it is in this battle of good versus evil that we understand there is no moral equivalency here. Israel is trying to defeat terrorists. Hamas targeted innocent women, children, babies, and is still holding 8 Americans hostage.
The atrocities of that day, chilling and still seared in all of our memories as we watched the terror unfold. Some of your Democratic colleagues in Congress, however, have a different view. I know I saw one at least holding up a sign calling Netanyahu a war criminal. How did his speech and his appearance before a joint session of Congress push those conversations forward, if at all? Has it renewed some of the talks and the disagreement, but trying to come to an understanding about U.S. involvement moving forward?
Look, from my vantage point, when the prime minister called the pro-Hamas agitators Iran's useful idiots, I loop in some of my colleagues because, frankly, they have been promulgating these talking points. They have been using Hamas's death toll count, for instance, despite the fact that Hamas puts innocent women and children in harm's way, uses them as human shields. Don't differentiate between terrorists that are being killed and innocent civilians. Obviously, we would like to see this conflict come to an end, but the fastest way for that to occur is for Hamas to surrender and release the remaining hostages. Not once did you hear any of these protesters yesterday demanding that these hostages be released. Why? It speaks volumes to the absurdity of their claims. And as the prime minister pointed out, this is a war being prosecuted in an urban center, and they have taken great care and caution to limit the death toll in an urban center. And those that have studied urban warfare have said that Israel has taken great care. Israel has also allowed food and humanitarian aid to come through. As Prime Minister said, if it's not being delivered to innocent Palestinians, that is the result of Hamas seizing those resources, as they have done in the past. So we would like this to come to an end. We'd obviously like to have long-term lasting peace between Israel and the Palestinians. But it really does require a fundamental acceptance that Israel has a right to exist and it has a right to defend itself. And if we can get there, then I think we can ultimately have peace.
It begins with meeting with the president, vice president, and former president in Florida tomorrow. He's definitely hedging his bets. Congressman Mike Lawler, thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you.